What is up, you guys? This is Jed, and welcome to the Minami Kaze podcast, where I talk about all things anime from the anime community to specifically anime characters and anime realms. So the first segment, we'll be talking about what's going on in the anime community. I do apologize that it's been a while that I made a video, but I am here now, so hey, what's up? So yeah, the first segment that I want to discuss was something that one of the famous anime YouTubers that are out there, the Anime Man, recently covered the topic about how certain fans would be so into a creator's work, whether it be an anime or a manga in this case, so much into it to the point where they will send death threats to the creator if the creation doesn't meet the expectations or the standards that the fans are expecting. And so specifically, the Anime Man was addressing an issue that there was this anime that I've never even heard of. Let me pull it up real quick. Darling in the Franxx. So there was some sort of controversy that recently occurred where like some girl character, I guess, didn't get with another guy character or some shit like that, and that caused the fan base of that anime to get really pissed off, specifically to the creator of that anime, to the point where they're sending a shitload of death threats in the creator's social media platforms. Now, the Anime Man, he mentioned that any kind of creation, any kind of anime or manga, when it's out public, it's definitely subject for criticism. The art will always be subject for criticism. That's our freedom of speech. We could say positive things about it, and we could say negative things about it, whatever. Where he drew the line was where you're truly sending death threats, and you're definitely causing emotional distress to the creator. Now, granted, I'm not trying to say that whatever move a creator does, and there is a good chance that it could cause negative feedback from fans. It's not that he signed up for it and he should just take it like a man, but at the same time, that is something to brace for, since you are going to eventually be usually public creations that are created by a creator. That creator tends to become a public figure eventually. And so now I'm trying to get back to the train of thought right here. Yeah, so the creator should expect it, but at the same time, there's definitely a point where the creator can just say, hey, you know what, fuck this, I want to take a break. That I also believe a creator can do. It is their freedom to continue on with the creation and whatever distress that the fans may give him, whatever bullshit that they give to the creator. That's the creator's call if he wants to keep continuing with that or not. Maybe address some sort of relationship with the fans. That way, like, okay, guys, come on. Like, I get the criticism, but let's try to work this out here, type of thing. Because every creator is still they're a leader of a tribe, and definitely the tribe's pissed off. But does the tribe, should they become so pissed off to the point they're sending death threats? This is actually something that I do support what the Anime Man did say. If you're going to actually send death threats to the creator just because you don't support the creator's work, that's extreme, and that's, I mean, it's already from an artist's perspective very distressful when a creator's work is already being criticized negatively, and the fact that the creator is receiving death threats on top of that, yeah, it doesn't make the job any more easier. And if you were a true fan, you would talk shit, make memes of the anime, basically what the anime said, but then you gotta give some kind of respect to the creator, because at the end of the day, he or she worked his or her ass off to have the creation created. Like, for example, I believe his director's name, M. Night Shyamalan. He created the movie The Airbender, which was based off the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I was expecting a lot. I had high hopes for The Airbender. I did not watch Dragon Ball Z the movie, and I'm glad I still didn't. But when I saw the trailer for The Airbender, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the shit. I know this is gonna be the shit." And when I saw it on theaters, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" Like, the first 15 minutes, I'm like, "No. And I'll admit, I was a bit salty of the director and possibly the whole cast, but at the end of the day, they worked their ass off. They put themselves on the line to be criticized. They put all that work and spent a lot of resources for the risk of hopefully getting that money back and hopefully having a positive feedback from the fans as well, from the audience as well. And so I respect the creator, the cast of that movie, but is it to the point where, is it the kind of respect where I would want them to make a second movie? No, but it's a kind of respect where, okay, I didn't like the work, but I respect that you actually did the work, and I'm not going to send you death threats, man. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it's a creation. And there could always be another one that could be made. And so, now the anime fans for this anime, the Darling Frank shit. Now, this is something I think it's a subgroup within the anime community, but it definitely does represent the community as a whole. And again, let me just say, I love anime. I love the anime community, and I'm not trying to talk shit or anything, but I do believe that it's a symptom, this whole attacking the creator with death threats. It's definitely a symptom, if it's coming from the anime community, for an actual real problem. And I feel like the real problem that the anime community suffers from, specific those that send fucking death threats to creators, is that they are antisocial to the point where they are not willing to, they will enclose themselves to a group of people that only like the same shit, that they're just yes people. They're just yes people. Friend A next to me will always agree with me, and I always agree with him or her, and we're only right and everyone else is wrong type of shit. And that type of antisocial group structure, sure, it's great because, there's a group within where you feel safe, you can share your ideas, and you feel accepted. But once you try to step out, or you see outside ideas that could be conflicting with yours, then it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's like taking a hot shower in a cold environment and it's strange because once you start off with a cold, when you get into a warm, hot shower, you feel weird. You feel like, what? The temperature is changing. I don't want to. Your body just feels weird. It's already adjusted with the cold temperature. Now you're going to go to a hot temperature just so quickly. But at the same time, though, when you do take that hot shower, it's a pretty nice hot shower. And with that said, you don't need to stay in your group for so long. I mean, you could, refresh yourself, scrub yourself with a little soap, aka some new ideas that some people might share with you, that it may not be something that you fuck with, but at the same time, it is getting you thinking about, in terms of what you think about your opinions as well. And that could be, that whole antisocial / elitism. Elitism within the anime community. That's definitely something that I feel like is a real problem. And that whole sending death threats to the creator is the symptom. So what do you guys think? The anime community. Do you guys think that there is that kind of problem that still exists within the anime community? Or is it just a very, very small subgroup? or is it more bigger than we think? Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, there's a shitload of people right now sending death threats to this Darling in the Franxx creator dude. So, I mean, the anime man even mentioned that the director of Death Note, the movie from Netflix, definitely got a shit ton of shit at Twitter, and so I heard he like left Twitter or some shit. And so, I mean, again, I wouldn't respect the director of Death Note if to the point where I would support him if he were to try to make a continuation, but I support him to the enough that he did the work, and yes, I respect that, and the cast, even though definitely I didn't even watch it. I just saw the trailer. I just like, no, I'm not gonna even try it. And so next to the second segment right now. But yes, please share your thoughts in regards to that topic. Anti-socialism / elitism within the anime community. Oh, and also, have you experienced that yourself? Similar as a anime creator, that to the point where like you're subject to criticism of when you share your ideas that are different than within the anime community, or vice versa. Are you the elitism that wants to talk shit and say like, yeah, fuck your ideas, like totally like my ideas are 100% correct. Subjectivity is 100% objective. Alright. Now for the second segment. I wanted to discuss, the second segment we'll discuss characters. Specifically, a character I want to talk about is Vegeta. Kind of basic, yeah, I get it, like it's Dragon Ball Z, but I always felt Vegeta was an interesting character. And the question I have in regards to analyzing Vegeta is, if Vegeta never met Goku, would Vegeta really progress the way he did right now? Or would he actually be close to the same as he was before he met Goku and was still working for Frieza? So I'll admit Vegeta, I mean, he's a cool guy, but he tends to be definitely a jealous type. But his jealousy is definitely his competitiveness, and his competitiveness helps push his limit to become stronger and progress as a fighter. However, looking back, even if, let's say, Vegeta, his arch nemesis in terms of competing with someone else was Goku, there was Frieza. Before Vegeta met Goku, his real arch nemesis was Frieza, and Frieza was like 100 times powerful than Vegeta. Yet Vegeta didn't seem like when we were introduced Vegeta, and even when Vegeta came back to Frieza, it didn't seem like Vegeta had like an ulterior motive to get stronger and stronger to eventually defeat Frieza, in my opinion. I'm sure, yes, he did show some signs that he had some, what's the word I'm looking for? A grudge against Frieza, but I didn't see around the time when we were first introduced Vegeta, I didn't see that Vegeta really was pre-planning, secretly training to eventually fuck up Frieza to take revenge for his planet. And so, now looking back, actually, I think Vegeta might have been... No. So I was just thinking that Vegeta probably didn't know that Frieza destroyed the Saiyan planet, and then eventually told him. But no, I do believe that Vegeta knew all along. Yeah, he witnessed the whole thing when he was a kid, from what I can remember. Let me know in the comment section below. Holy shit, I think it's been too long since I've watched Dragon Ball Z, because from what I can remember, yeah, Prince Vegeta, when he was a kid, he was taking arms to as one of Frieza's henchmen. But I think he secretly knew that Frieza was the one that fucked up the planet. But I could be fucking wrong. Any true fans, I am not a true fan. Any true fans that's out there, correct my ass. Correct my ass! Definitely. I'm old. I sound... No, I'm young, but I'm just not at a young age. And so, now going back on topic, Vegeta, yes, he didn't show any kind of progress, secret progress to eventually overthrow Frieza. And so, however, when Goku defeated Vegeta, Vegeta actually had to overcome his pride to some degree. Eventually, when Goku and Vegeta lowered down his pride and was willing to work with Goku to just defeat Vegeta finally. And so, even if it seems that Vegeta's strength is competitiveness, which is rooted with his jealousy of who's powerful than him, I think Vegeta's real strength is overcoming his pride and then learning from others who are stronger than him, so that he could get to their level and beyond. I feel like that's Vegeta's real strength. And so, real question to you guys in the comment section below. Can you relate to Vegeta? And do you agree with me or disagree with me that Vegeta's strength is him overcoming his pride and being humble and receiving help when he does need it to become a better and stronger version of himself? And can you relate to Vegeta as well? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd really like to know your thoughts on that topic. Now, moving on to the third segment. Third segment. Alright, so on the first video, we talked about the third segment is usually we'll analyze realms. How would it be like to live in a certain environment that's from an anime? Yeah, the first video was a Dragon Ball Z environment. And so for today's video, I'm winging it. And let's talk about Psycho Pass. So Psycho Pass is an anime where Japan in the future is basically ran by a certain bureaucracy. Damn, there's a word for it. Police force in Japan. Yeah, let's just call them a police force. This police force, this police force / administration of Japan that help enforce law and establish peace within. And it's called the civil system. And the civil system, no one really knows the technology and how it was built. However, it definitely helps manage people from... It helps prevent people from causing a crime by analyzing their brain chemical activity. And if their brain chemical activity matches with a standard of a brain chemical activity of a criminal, even if that person didn't commit a crime, they'll be sent to basically prison. They're called criminals that are like that are usually they're branded as latent criminals, especially those that were born with a brain chemical activity and they never did anything wrong, yet they were locked up anyway due to their brain chemical status. And so, with that general concept of that realm, how would you feel about that? How would you feel living in an environment where you have to make sure that your brain chemical activity is always, in their term, clear? If it's clear, that means that your brain chemical activity is healthy, and if it's not in a non-healthy status based on the civil system standards, then you're gonna get locked up. Is that a lot of stress for you to live in an environment like that, or do you prefer to live in an environment like that? Definitely, there's some good and bad it will the number one positive and the number one goal purpose of that kind of system was to make sure that crime is decreased by a very, very small minimum, almost like the perfect safe space. And actually, I wanted to do a whole dedicated video being more specific. I'm just ranting on a little bit, just diving in a little bit to this subject. However, when it doesn't work in our favor, when we didn't do anything wrong, yet it's just our brain, we're just, maybe we get a little stressed out one day. And so in that realm, there are street scanners everywhere, so it'll scan people's brains. And also there are either robots or cops that also have scanners. They'll also scan your brain at random as well. And if you're flagged one day at random when you're just walking off an issue that you recently just had, yet your brain is still like pissed off, chemically speaking, then what the fuck? Do you really have that kind of freedom to even think negatively at that point? Yes, it is great that we're preventing crime, but is preventing crime worth the cost of our freedom? Let me know in the comment section below on that. I'd really like to know your thoughts on that subject. Just to share my thoughts before I end the video with that, ultimately, to be honest, I would probably try it out, living in that kind of environment for like at least 3 to 6 months. But I would be so fucking paranoid, because like I would want to I feel like as a person, I'm not a perfectionist, but I tend to do things that a perfectionist would do. And even then, that whole statement in itself might be a bit of a perfectionist statement, trying to not admit that I'm a perfectionist, which I will completely possibly admit. And so, yeah, I'll probably try it out for the first 3 to 6 months, because it does sound enticing. Oh, less crime that way, more peace that way. I know that there's a good chance that everyone around me is going to be pretty chill, but then we're human at the end of the day. We're gonna one day just get pissed off for some fucking reason, and if we never felt anger, if we never felt an emotion, if we were missing one emotion, in my opinion, we're less human. We're definitely going to feel no matter what. Even if we're in school and we have to be objective and academically memorize and learn and think critically, we're still feeling. We're still feeling to think critical. We're still feeling to think objective. We're still feeling. And that's my take on that. Eventually, I would bounce if I had the chance to. And I would, but then that leaves the risk of living in a society, in a free world, yet even when we're free, we have that big risk of people thinking differently, people thinking that they want to cause harm. Actually, this actually goes back, not even realizing it, goes back to segment number 1, that, you know, we just want to make sure that we all have the same ideas, and if it goes out of the norm, then you are fucked. And civil system can be symbolically be represented as that subgroup within the anime community that's antisocial / elitism. And if there's an outside idea that challenges the status quo of that group, you're getting the fuck out of there, or you're getting fucked up by the group. And so let me know in your thoughts below. Would you want to live in a society like that, though, in a civil system? And also, just an additional, just for fun, would you want this in whatever country you're living at, whether it be if you're living in Japan, United States, or somewhere else? And let me know in the comment section below. With that said, that concludes this video. Second video of the Minami Kaze podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Definitely like the video. And again, please comment. Definitely would like to read your feedback. And expect for me to make new shit. And I'll see you later. Peace.